Hello guys, welcome back. So, it might be a little bit lame because I'm casting my own game here, but I wanted to show you just how good the Gurjaras are against cav civs like the Franks. So, they just absolutely eat cav civs. So, if you're a cav civ, you probably don't want to be going for your knights against the Gurjaras, just because it's just insane. The fact that you can mash your camels up to on your way up to the 3 castle age, and then just get that instant upgrade, and it's just ridiculous. So yeah, we're playing as the Gurjaras against the Franks by Dr. D. So what I actually do with this one is I decided to just kind of wing it and try and do an 18 pop scout build. So I've got the 19 pop camel scout build. What I wanted to do is 18 pop normal scouts, see if it could do it. And yeah, it was pretty good. It's not perfect with the build. You have to kind of drop off a bit of food, but yeah, it's generally worked pretty well. I only had like 3 seconds idle time, so can't be bad. But yeah, generally with this game, I think my map was pretty, okay. Well, I say okay. I've got no backwood, which kind of sucked, so I had to go on these front ones. But luckily, I was playing against the Franks, so didn't need to worry too much about that. Gold. Back gold is quite nice. Stone's quite far away, apart from, I suppose that one's fairly close, but it's right on the edge where I'm going to be walling, so kind of difficult. And then my secondary and third gold, both forward, quite far out of the way, so not the best map, but not great for the my opponent either, with just how open the front is. It's actually only got 2 wood lines as well, which is a bit rubbish for him, to be honest. So yeah, his map's pretty terrible as well. Let's be honest. I'm not going to say this is a map win. This is a pure Gurjara flex, but yeah, we've both got crappy maps. I thought Arabia was generally okay, but certainly the new Arabia I thought it was a bit better than it is. But yeah, I've not had a map like this, I must admit. But one thing to note, right, just how bad is Villager Pathing at the minute? It's just ridiculously bad. Not that you can really see it on this, but just as a point of conversation, Villager Pathing is just shocking in the minute. Well, I didn't really have that many issues with it in this game particularly, but other ones, they're just like, if I was luring a ball and there's a house in the way there, I'd have so many problems. So many problems. Now, this build probably helped because I had elephants with 18 pop. So that's why I say it probably needs tweaking a little bit. If I had boar, probably struggle a little bit. Probably wouldn't have been able to click up at 18 pop, I expect. So if I'm going to do an 18 pop scout build, definitely need to tweak it a little bit. Almost going to lose my scout here. So very close. So very close. But yeah, so far no TC idle time, which is just as I say that I get a couple of seconds. But that's quite good though, because it means that I only get 1 second idle time at the end. So I'll take that. Although I've had quite a lot of idle eco, nearly a minute already, which is a bit concerning. But not as much as what my opponents had. Do the villagers walking around count as idle eco? No, it's not adding the clock up. So yeah, there's not really much happening at Dark Age. Should speed it up. We are on the way up now, so we're well halfway into feudal. So it's just 2 seconds. I think it's like 2.5 seconds out of time I've got. As the timeline did say, 8:28 I think I hit. So yeah, we've just got enough. I'm going to get the barracks down. We should be able to get a house down. And then by the time, yeah, you can see we've got pretty much 170 wood and 75 wood there for when we hit. Yeah, plenty of wood. Plenty of wood to get that stable down. So we're going to hit castle age, fuel age any second now. We'll get that stable down. Come on, there we go. The stable's down. We are only on one lumber camp at the minute, but I do rectify that pretty soon. I'm going to send those 3 over to mine, so I had some on straggler trees. I'm going to send them over to mine, just because I decided I want to just get a couple of scouts out, and then add a couple of camel scouts, because I was expecting a scout rush, but it's actually gone for men at arms, which is probably the right play against the Gurjaras rather than going for a scout rush, especially with the danger of having camels. But it did kind of cause me some issues a little bit. I don't think I lost any villagers, but obviously it was a bit of a food investment for me, and it caused me quite a bit of idle time. Here's my 10 HP scout. Gonna die any minute now. A few hits from a militia. Well, there we go. Boom. Smack in the face of the club. Okay, so as you can see, he's going to be coming around now. He's going to obviously I already know he's coming around, so I'm just going to put these house foundations there just to kind of slow him down, just stop him coming straight into my wood line. Gives me a little bit of scouting information as well, so I can see when he's coming. But I've only got those 2 scouts at the minute, so it's causing me a little bit of a problem. I think there's a third one's come out now, but it is a camel. Does that villager die? No, I managed to escape. And then he's going to try and run off and find my gold, I think. But he managed to get a few hits in, but take a bit of damage there. Lost one of the scouts, which is understandable against 3 men at arms and a scout. But more scouts on the way, and I should be able to clear this up. I was fairly confident. I was quite lucky. I did manage to see him coming through just in time. I think I was looking up here and I just caught him at the corner, like the bottom of the screen, just coming towards me, so I was able to get those villagers away just in time before I took too much damage. But at this point I've got the 2 scouts again, just about to get another one to come out, but along with the camel scout, should take the scout down. So I microed the camel scout onto the scout from the enemy. Gonna lose pretty much everything there, but thankfully he's not really paying attention to this, so I was just sort of running around a bit, but then I decided to try and just attack and lost the scout, so that was a bit silly. But not doing too bad. Obviously, you know, it did attack there. I didn't lose any villagers. It does have quite a lead though, so it did cause quite a lot of idle TC time there, which was unfortunate. So yeah, that's resulted in a massive villager difference at this stage in the game. So yeah, certainly beneficial for him to get those 3 villager kills and kill off all those scouts and stuff. So yeah, advantage to him at this point. Definitely advantage to him at this point. So ordinarily you would think at this stage you're kind of going to get screwed because of that. For the rest of the game it could be pretty hard to come back from that, but thankfully that's all he's decided he wanted to do. So I think he's trying to just get some defensive spearmen down, protect his resource, and then just try and get to cast stage as quickly as he can. But it's still quite far away off at the minute. So it's another sort of 500 food, so it's going to be a way off there. Not got wheelbarrow on the way yet either, which should really be doing, I think, at this point. Certainly got more than enough on food to get that. Apologies for the little jingle there. That's a new subscriber to YouTube, which gives me the perfect reason, or the perfect excuse to say, if you do enjoy Age of Empires 2 content and you want to check build orders out, then do subscribe to the channel. It's always worth hitting the notification bell icon as well, so that you don't miss out on any new build orders. So for instance, this 18 pop scout rush for the Gurjaras, if I refine it. Okay, so I managed to get a few troops together, so I'm really quite far behind now. I've invested quite a lot in military, if you consider all those that died. And then obviously it caused quite a lot of idle eco time. I seem to be giving myself a lot more idle eco whilst I'm doing this as well. I've actually got like over 2 minutes idle TC time now, which is yeah, that's not good, is it? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's surprising how much it racks up. This is why I don't like showing on Capture Age. It highlights all your issues. But I'm no pro. So thankfully, I think with the Gurjaras, the higher HP on the camels, it means you can actually tank quite a bit of attack from the spearmen, which is really, really beneficial. So just giving them a bit of idle eco there. So causing them a few issues. Picked off a villager. I have the villager lead now, but he's well ahead. To be fair, it's still probably, yeah, if you're taking into account his castle age time and the fact that he's already got wheelbarrow, he's well ahead. And as you can see, I'm still a way off getting up into castle age, so it's going to be quite tricky. Quite tricky for me. But he's actually getting quite a good castle age time. But as you can see, he's popping down 2 stables, which is probably a mistake for him. I think against Gurjaras, knowing that they can get a good mass of camels straight away. You know, if I spot this and I know that he's going for that, I'm just going to make loads of camels, get them massed up, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. So yeah, I think against Gurjaras, I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you think. But I'm thinking perhaps even if you're playing as the Franks, just initially for castle age, go for pikemen and potentially crossbowmen, till you've got a, you know, your eco up and running. And then you might want to go for something else, possibly pikemen and scorpions, perhaps. I mean, they would just shred camels, but I suppose really against the Gurjaras you can't even go for crossbowmen because you've got the Shrivampsha riders, which will just obliterate the crossbowmen. So it's quite easy to kind of make that little tech switch from camels into Shrivampshas if you do go for that. So yeah, pretty tough. But Gurjaras do struggle a little bit against the archers, against the archer civs, I think. But with a fast scout rush like 18 pop, I think you can quite easily deal with an archer rush with any civ really. If you can do an 18 pop scout rush with them and just mass up loads of scouts, should be fine. But yeah, at this point I'm halfway up to, well, I'm not even halfway up to castle age yet, but he's now got 3 stables and he's pumping out knights from all 3. Although it's kind of over invested in the stables, he's not got enough villagers on gold, anywhere near enough villagers on gold to maintain 3 stable production. So possibly shouldn't have gone for 3 stables, but never mind. It's got 'em on the way. But as you can see, he's got 6 knights there. I've got a decent number of troops here, although I've only got 5 camels. No, 6 camels and 3 scouts at this point. But another couple of camels coming out. And at this point, I can see that castle age is just kind of coming in very, very soon. So rather than engaging, I'm just running away. Let's wait for that to come in. My attack upgrades just come in. I've got the first armor upgrade, and then boom, auto upgrade. Suddenly I'm outnumbering him by quite a lot in terms of knights to camels. I've been quite lucky as well, being able to get the 2 TCs down. Well, there's the first one, will be a second one coming down here in a minute, and we're just going to kind of dive in really into this fight. We've got 9 French knights against 10 camels and 3 scouts. 10 French knights, and they've got the extra armor upgrade as well. Actually, I've only got the 1. Quite a few nice lucky hits in there, I think. It does have a bit of a hill advantage here. I'm just trying to run off a little bit and then re-engage. Yeah, at this point I've got my second and third town centres coming down, and we can just see all those knights are just slipping away, melting away, and he calls the GG. And that is the power of the Gurjaras that against cav civs. They're just absolutely mental. So they eat Franks for breakfast, and that is GG. So if you enjoyed the content, as I say, do subscribe, and I'll see you again.